Software developers integrate static code analysis in their build pipelines to make sure the code they write is validated against a set of rules, and also make sure that every member of the team is creating code up to the latest standards and best practices. This validation is called linting. Hadolint is an open source tool that can help you write Docker images with best practices in mind. And it's so easy to use that I believe there are no excuses for not integrating it in every project. The Hadolint GitHub page is well documented and full of examples for many of the use cases with the most popular continuous integration softwares and code editors. In today's video, I want to show you how easy it is to get started with Hadolint and create outstanding Docker files. I will demonstrate how to validate a Docker file from your development machine, how to use a configuration file to ignore specific errors when needed, and finally, how to integrate a linting step with your favorite CI software. For demonstration, we'll use a simple Docker file that packages a Python microservice. This file has a few issues and we are going to analyze them and fix them. First, let's try run a Docker build to verify the image still builds fine. And looks like it is. Now we can try run Hadolint from our development machine. Since we are already using Docker, the easiest way to do this is by using the official Hadolint Docker image publicly available on Docker Hub. We move over to the terminal and type docker run rm -i hadolint/hadolint, and we input the Docker file we want to validate. First thing we notice is that Hadolint exited with an error and printed some messages for us to analyze. Every message indicates the following: at what line the issue was encountered, a code indicating what validation rule has triggered the error, and the message describing the nature of the issue. The way we want to proceed now is understanding the error one by one and fix them. If any of the reported issues is a false positive, or for some reason can't be fixed in your Docker file, we'll see how to create a list of exclusions. We copy the first code and navigate to the Hadolint GitHub page. Under the Rules section, we can find the list of all available codes. We can now search for the rule, click the link, and we get a wiki page telling us exactly what the issue is and how the Docker file should look like. We go back to our project and correct it. We now know the maintainer keyword is deprecated, so we replace it with a label. Run Hadolint again, and the issue at line 2 is no longer reported. I will now speed things up and fix all the remaining issues. Meanwhile, if you are liking this video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you will be the first to know when new content like this is published. If you ever recognize a false positive or an issue can't be fixed for some reason, you can create a list of exclusions to ignore specific rules. In this case, we don't specify pip packages directly, so this warning doesn't make much sense for us. We can exclude it in 3 different ways: with the ignore flag from command line, by adding an Hadolint ignore annotation right before the problematic line in the Docker file. This is useful if you want to ignore the issue just once and not for the entire file, or by providing a configuration YAML file. Using the command line argument and Dockerfiles annotation is straightforward. So let's use the configuration file this time. Hadolint by default will look for a configuration file called .hadolint.yaml in your current directory. We create a new file, .hadolint.yaml, and list all the codes we want to ignore. Now, if you're using the Hadolint container, the easiest way is to mount the entire project directory in the container, so both the configuration and Docker file are available. Docker run, mount the current directory under /work. We then change the container working directory to /work, so our project will be in the current path, and provide the Hadolint Docker file command. No message is returned this time, meaning that our Docker file validation passed. Last thing I want to show you is to run linting as part of a CI build. I already have a build pipeline configured with CircleCI, and we are going to include a new linting step. Let's edit the .circleci/config.yaml file and define a new Dockerfile linting step. We just need to run some shell commands to pull the latest Hadolint binary and run the validation. From the official Hadolint Github page, we look for the latest release for Linux and copy the link. Then, in our pipeline definition, use curl to download the binary into the bin directory. We grant execution permission to /bin/hadolint. And finally, run with the exact same settings we use in our development machine. Now, to test if the linting is working, we modify the Docker file and introduce an issue, like using the maintainer keyword again. Commit and push, and wait for the pipeline to pick up our changes. Let's check it out. We can see the build is now failing the linting step. Let's quickly fix it. And there you go, the build goes green again. As you can see, any developer can start using Hadolint in just a few minutes. If you still have any question, leave me a message in the comments. If you like the content and want to support the channel, you can do so by hitting the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.